in India. It was nominated for the Oscar Best International Film Award and third Hindi film to do so. Previously, Mother India and Salaam Bombay have been nominated. It has received the National Film Award, the Filmfare Award and the IFA Award. It has proven to be a landmark film. But do you know the numerous challenges faced in making this film? The challenges were so overwhelming that it seemed impossible. Most importantly, for decades, even successful storytellers rejected the story. The cost of this film was so high that everyone backed out. If you want to know the story behind this film about farmers and the conflict between the British, stay with us until the end. We'll explore each aspect one by one to see how much Aamir Khan struggled to finalize the film. Let's start from the beginning when Aamir Khan himself rejected this story. But then Aamir Khan himself put his heart and soul into making this film. Ashutosh Gowariker decided to make Lagaan. He had a poor track record as a director, having made only 2 films that didn't do well. Much of the film's imagery is inspired by rural India in 1893 and the film's title is derived from the Champaran movement in Bihar, a movement led by Mahatma Gandhi in 1970 for indigo workers. When Ashutosh told Aamir Khan this story, he initially rejected it. The reason for this rejection was that he couldn't believe the idea of villagers playing cricket in 1893 to avoid paying the task. But Ashutosh Gowariker decided to write this story and approaches Aamir Khan again. This time, Aamir Khan couldn't ignore it, but who would have budgeted 25 crore rupees for this film? Everyone saw the story and was impressed, but the budget made everyone back out. But then Aamir Khan took every risk from the smallest to the largest. As we unpack these photos, you will be amazed at how much Aamir Khan went to make Lagaan. The most interesting thing is that after learning the full story, you will wonder the story behind the making of this film is even more interesting than the film itself. 3 months were left for the film's completion when story writers and lyricist Javed Akhtar declared that the story wouldn't work. Aamir was shocked, but he completed it. At the time, it was one of India's most expensive films. Can you imagine that a film set in a village where villagers play cricket would have a budget of 25 crore rupees? The film's art director Nitin Desai chose Kanaria near Bhuj, Gujarat as the location for the film's shooting. Aamir Khan wanted to grow a mustache because the villagers did, but Ashutosh said that when there's a famine, there won't be any water anywhere and Bhuvan is wasting water every day saving his beard. He also advised the villagers not to cut their hair or shave. The village depicted in the film isn't actually a village, but rather a recreated village with 3,000 people being called in for the shooting. Before filming began, all the actors lived in fake houses in Champaran village to acclimatize. However, another problem arose. The 2,000 dhoti kurtas arranged for them proved insufficient and many people began arriving on set wearing shirts and pants. It was then decided that those wearing pants and shirts would be placed behind the man in the dhoti kurta. But when the climax scene was filmed, thousands of the spectators rushed onto the field as Bhuvan's team won. Then a man in black pant and a purple shirt appeared and the scene had to be reshot. 300 people worked tirelessly for 6 months to build Champaran village on 100 acres of agricultural land. To depict reality in this film, both Ashutosh and Aamir believed that they would need actors from Britain, making all the arrangements for the actors coming from Britain, airfare, their fees in pounds, all of this sent the budget soaring. But even then, it wasn't easy. They needed 11 British cricketers, 3 senior actors, and 30 junior British actors. Satyajit Bhatkar writes in this book, The Spirit of Lagan, that the toughest and most complex issue was convincing British actors to work in an Indian film, and the added difficulty was that the director didn't have any successful film to his credit. He lacked experience as a director, and the British actor had to speak Hindi. It was as if each layer of the problem revealed another seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Then Amir Khan went to the School of Oriental and African Studies in London, where his friend Rachel Dwyer was teaching a class on Indian cinema. One of her Pakistani students, Samin, taught the two main British actors Hindi within a month, and by the time Rachel and Paul were ready to come to India, they had mastered their lines. To give the film an authentic British Raj-era feel, Amir sold libraries, museum and antiquity shop in Britain to procure all the necessary props. Even the cricket bats were from the 1893 era and were bought from an antique shop in London. Where Amir entered the shop, he saw old-fashioned balls lying in a basket. These balls didn't have any markings of the manufacturing companies, unlike the balls of today. Amir convinced the shop owner, Shane Arnold, to sell him all the antique items from bats to wickets, bats and gloves. Satyajit Bhatkar writes, around the time a new actress, Gracie Singh, came to meet Ashutosh. It was her birthday that day. Gracie wasn't glamorous, but Ashutosh couldn't miss her inner beauty. He called her for an audition. Amir noticed that Gracie was unusually quiet on the day of the audition. There was neither nervousness nor excitement on her face. Gracie performed very well in front of the camera and was selected for the role. Amir conducted proper auditions for the 11 members of Bhuvan's team. Around 200 actors were auditioned for the 11 characters. When Ashutosh first wrote the script for Lagan, he envisioned a 2-innings match. But later, on the advice of others, he changed it to a 1-inning match. Every minute details of the match was included in the script. Satyajit Bhatkar writes, it was predetermined how many runs each player would score and how they would be dismissed. It was also decided whether the player's stroke would go towards the offside or the leg side, whether it would be fielded or the ball would go for a boundary. All these details were written down on paper. A total of 1200 shots were to be filmed for this match. 20 days were allotted for shooting the cricket sequences. This meant a target of 60 shots per day. Achieving this target was impossible for anyone. In one shot, Deva was supposed to bowl the ball towards Smith's leg side, and Smith was supposed to hit the ball towards Lakha, who was standing at a square leg, and intentionally dropped the catch. But Pradeep Singh Rawat, who played Deva, was an actor, not a cricketer. He was unable to bowl the ball as planned. He was either throwing the ball for outside the stumps or his ball was going towards the off stumps. This shot was taken so many times that Ashutosh started worrying whether he would be able to complete the shooting on time after lunch. According to the script, Arjun Singh was supposed to hit 2 fours in his short innings and then get out, but he had never actually played cricket in his life. As soon as Smith bowled the ball, the camera started rolling. The ball came towards his middle stumps, but Arjun couldn't connect with it. When all attempts failed, Ashutosh decided that there would be no bowler for this shot. The ball would be gently tossed towards him from near the camera, and he would simply have to touch it with his bat. But the ball went past Arjun this time too. He couldn't even touch it with his bat. Finally, Ashutosh had to remove the ball from the frame altogether. Arjun was told to simply swing the bat forcefully so that a shot of his facial expression could be captured. The shot after launch was supposed to show Yardley's bouncer hitting Amir in the ear. It was crucial that the ball hit Amir's ear because the shot of blood flowing from his ear had already been filmed. Even for a test level, bowler hitting a batsman on the ear with a bouncer was an extremely difficult task. Chris England, who was playing Yardley, had never even held a cricket ball in his life. The solution devised was to have someone throw the ball at Amir's ear from close range in a way that the camera wouldn't capture normally. This wouldn't be a difficult task, but in this shot, Amir also had to duck to avoid the ball. The ball would sometimes hit Amir's cheek, sometimes his head, and sometimes his chest, but his ears always remained untouched. Although the ball used wasn't a real cricket ball, it was being thrown very fast from close range, causing Amir considerable pain. During the shooting, director Ashutosh Gowadikar suffered a slipped disc in his back and was unable to stand. But Ashutosh didn't give up and directed the film while lying on a wooden cot. Although Amir had a passion for cricket, creating a village on barren land. All this film was far more difficult than building a village set in a studio. To create this village, river mud was applied to the sandy soil of Kanaria village, which was brought in 25 trucks. Paul Blackthorne, who played Captain Russell, the villain in Lagan, says for the initial preparation, I was asked to learn Hindi and horse riding for 3 months. I practiced my Hindi lines repeatedly. It was so difficult for me that at one point I thought of giving up and going back to England. It took me 4 months to finally develop an understanding of every word of the script. Amir and Gowadikar debated for several days about which language to use in the film, Khari Boli or Avdi. The responsibility for costumes designing was given to Bhanu Mathaiya, who had won an Oscar for the films Gandhi Bhanu. Designed hundreds of hats for British actress Rachel Shelley. Bhanu did as much research for the costumes of Lagan as she did for the films Gandhi. Regardless of the high temperature, every actor wore a vest and dhoti. The first shift of shooting began at 7 a.m. No transportation was provided for latecomers and they had to make their own way to the shooting location. Once everyone except Amir Khan had left for the shoot, Gowadikar often had to deal with the actors' displeasure. Famous Hollywood director James Gunn considers Lagan his favorite Indian film. Some believe that the original idea for the film was taken from the film Naya Daur starring Dilip Kumar. Others believe it was similar to the Hollywood film Escape to Victory, which featured two famous football players. In real life, the story of Lagan can be compared to the barefoot players of the Mahon Bagan team who defeated the East Yorkshire Regiment team in the IFA Shield final in 1911. After the film's release, children playing cricket in the streets named themselves Goli and Guran. Many children born in India that year were named Bhuvan. It was also a happy coincidence that the village in Gujarat chosen to represent the region of Awadh was also the home state of the great Indian cricketer Ranji.